Hey everybody, and welcome to Falcon Plays Banished. I know I'm a little bit late to the party. I know there's a lot of people already out there with Banished Let's Plays and everything like that, so I apologize for being so late for those people of my channel that have been asking me to play the game. I just unfortunately got tied up with a bit of a in real life type of situation where I didn't have necessarily the free time to do the YouTube thing, because I had to do the real life thing, which is kind of boring compared to the YouTube thing, but you know, what can you do about that, right? Absolutely nothing at all. But you know, I feel like I've gone on long enough here. Let's actually get into the game here. And let's go ahead and load into, or not load, but let me start a new one here. And the town named Bossington, as amazing as that sounds, is not how it's going to work out. It's going to be Gotham for us. Gotham BR, and that's not a reference to Gotham, Brazil, or anything like that. Not that if, you know, I have anything against the Brazilians that watch my channel. If you are Brazilian, you watch it, and, you know, hey, kudos for you, man. I rooted for Brazil in the '94 World Cup, so, you know, we're cool. We're on the same page. Either way, what do we have going on here? Well, let's see. This is basically the map generation for Banished. Everything, like, you know, you could do a map seed, so I guess people kind of share the same map and play it side by side. So if I'm going to show this option off, just so if you want to kind of play it by side by me, you know what I'm doing and whatnot. Probably how you're doing better than I am, as a matter of fact. So there you go. I'm going to go with this map seed, whatever that means. That's the one we're going to play as. We're going to do valleys just because I'm more comfortable with valleys. I ran through the tutorial and I played probably 10 minutes by myself just to kind of get a feel of things. I didn't like kind of stumble and bumble around the game as I actually played this. So I have a slight, I guess, memory of what goes where and how to do what, but obviously not pro MOG type status yet, or ever, but at least I'll look slightly competent and not completely incompetent like I normally look in most of my Let's Plays, so that's one upside at least. So valleys, we're gonna go with valleys. We're gonna do a large map because the larger the map, the bigger, the larger the better, right? I wish I could say that's what she said, but she's never actually said that. We're gonna go with the climate is fair, just to kind of keep it in a medium of things. I don't want it to be completely harsh, but at the same time, I don't want it to be mild and just be like, you know, just kind of breezing by. Disasters on, of course. Starting condition, medium and hard, not really much of a difference. I believe with hard, you start off with one less family and no seeds and anything like that. And with medium, you start off with one extra family, and you do have seeds to kind of plant a field. And then easy, they give you everything. They give you like cattle and like, you know, fucking, the whole town is pretty much built for you on easy. All you have to do is just kind of press play and like watch it develop in front of you. But I'm pretty sure it's not like that, but I haven't played it that way. But I'm going to do medium just because that's what I'm kind of comfortable with, and I don't want to completely bomb too hard in my first colony in Banished. It's going to probably happen just due to my own undoings, but at least for the meantime, I at least kind of want to make it seem like I gave my best effort. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, Falcon, you know, you're pretty good. You died probably after 2 years as opposed to like 1, so that's at least a plus side in that part. Right now, the game's pretty much developing the map, because, again, since they have their own seats, they kind of, there's, I guess, predetermined maps due to the seat system and whatnot. Let me go ahead and pause the game here first and foremost, and check out what we've been, oh, nice. Alright, we have a little bit of a, kind of a lake next to us, which is pretty good, because I could already set up a trading post and probably some fishermen lodges and whatnot. So that's gonna work out for us pretty good. Other than that, let's see what's going on over here. Not much to work with up here, but I suppose, if anything, I could probably build my village up here and kind of make everything over here kind of like a working area. Let's see, what do we have going on over here? Okay, not really thick in types of forestry where we're at. Oh, this is really thick over here. This would have been a great spot, man. Like, say I'd started over here. Look at all the fucking forestry here. Look at the lake over here. This would have been great. Alright, maybe one day we'll make it an aspiration to move there. But for now, we're gonna stick over here, and this is gonna be our kind of our town, and I'll probably do a little fisherman dock here. Okay, so first and foremost, what I like to do personally is I'm not gonna give you guys a rundown. If you guys want to check out a rundown, if you have the game, I encourage you to do the tutorial. It's really really good. It tells you what to do. I guess as I go right now, I'll give you a kind of a crash course rundown, but don't expect anything too in-depth. If you have any questions about the game, though, let me know, and I'll for sure answer them in the comment section, all that stuff. So don't feel that you can't ask me anything about that. I mean, I'll be glad to explain stuff for you. Alright, other than that, though, let me actually get the game running up and running here. And the first thing I want to do is actually build a road. I don't build a house. I don't build houses first and foremost, honestly. These guys live in the streets for a while. That's just how I roll. So what I want to do is actually, the first thing that I like to do is set up a, where are you at? A forester is actually really important, but I want to go first with the actual gatherer's hut. The gatherer's hut's really important because early on it lets you kind of gather like anything that's up and about to kind of like preserve your keep and whatnot. So the gatherer's hut could kind of hang out. You kind of want to make sure that you have a lot of greenery going on so that you're kind of getting the benefit of the gatherer's hut here. I guess we could probably do one down here. Not too crazy about this scenario, but whatever, it'll do for now. And other than that, we could also set up a hunting cabin. Preferably right next to the hut. I like to kind of keep them together since they're kind of both almost doing the same thing just about. Alrighty, so hunters and gatherers right there. Now, forestry and herbalist is the other thing I like to also do as well. The forestry, I guess, could probably work out better down over on this side. So let me set up a forestry lodge right about here. Seems to be pretty good. Yeah, that'll work, I guess. Yeah, let's do it up against the mountainside right there. And then next to him, the herbalists can kind of chill and, you know, they could, I don't know, hug trees together and cut trees together, I suppose. Is that going to work? It's going to work this way, though. Okay, perfect. So those things are built and ready. Well, not built and ready. I mean, they're going to be built, but they're not ready by any means of the imagination here. Alrighty, so now let's also set ourselves up with a few roads so that we have a better time reaching these places. Let me rotate the map here momentarily. And let's, I wish I could actually see what's happening there. Alright, let me just speed up the game, how about that? Just so I can kind of get an understanding as to what's going what, where is going where, yada yada yada. Actually, no, wait a minute. The other thing I should be doing as well is setting up a plantation field. And I suppose it's not a bad idea to actually set it up right in front of this storage barn right here, right? So, let me go ahead and do a crop field. The max for this is going to be 15 by 15, I do believe. So let me skip 1, 2, just so we can set up a road. 3, so that we have like, we don't have an OCD type of scenario here where the road isn't, I want the road to be between the storage barn and the crop field, but not touching either or. You know how it is if you have OCD, man, I mean, believe me. Let's see, the crop field is 15 by 15, right? So there you go, crop field's gonna hang out right about there, and what do we want? Well, that's to be built first and foremost. And speaking of builders, let me actually go into the building menu. What I want to do for this run is actually keep this up and running over here. And also the events tab, which is this guy over here. Alright, so this is going to be my event log down here, and this is going to be my I guess statistics tab, telling me that right now I have 11 adults that are actually capable of working, 3 children, and we have about 1,800 bit of food saved up. Our happiness, our health, etc., how much wood we have, firewood, stone, iron, coal, tools, etc., etc. It's going to be all over here for us. And this right here is where we assign people. So right now, only the adults could work. The children, as they grow up and they mature, they'll be able to do some work for us. But in the meantime, they can't. So what I need to do for them now is actually, I want to assign everybody to building, first and foremost, but I want to keep also 2 farmers at hand. Well, I guess let's just make everybody building for now, because there's a lot to be built first and foremost, and then we'll start pretty much spreading jobs around. So let me unpause this now. The other thing I wanted to do is actually set these roads up, I did say, just so they have an easier time going from place to place. So, let's see. Road over here, and then it does seem that our... Okay, it does seem that our hunting log and herbalist area is going to hang out over here, so that's actually a pretty good path forward right about there. Okay. So that's an area 2 there. Now, as soon as we get this up and running over here, which is the forester and the herbalist, if I do remember correctly, I'll be able to set up another road. I'd imagine, okay, so I'm doing this really fast, they're building this quite fast, which is good. Believe me, that's what I really like about the +10 feature, the ×10 feature, because that stuff get done fast and easy, man. I mean, I'm over here, I mean fast, not fast and easy, I mean not like, you know, a loose woman or male. It's, you know, either or. I'm not gonna be a sexist here, you know. Yeah, if males could be fast and easy, probably even more so than women. And guys, you know it's true. So what we're gonna be planning here, basically when you start off the game, it'll give you like, if you do medium or easy, it's gonna give you like a random seed. This time's gonna be corn and wheat. So let's actually start off with wheat at least, so we could kind of, you know, get some beer going on later. I need wheat fields for that, or the hops, the Bavarian hops and everything that, you know, highbrow beer people talk about. So right now we can assign 4 people. As you can see over here, it's going to say 0 of 4, but we have no people available because I have everybody as builders, right? So for that, you need to go back into the menu over here. And what I'm going to do is knock away 4 builders, and actually I'm going to have only 2 farmers, not 4, but 2. So I'm going to have 2 people kind of waiting and wait. If they're not doing anything else, they'll probably knock stuff down for us, like trees, stones, and do a little bit of building on the side. But at the same time, we also did build our hunting cabin and our gatherer's hut, and these are actually really important to actually have going. So, since we have 2 people available, let me assign 1 hunter for now. This right here will tell you how much you want to limit to. So basically, if you get up to 5,000 in food, and your stored up food, your hunting cabin will stop hunting. So that's something to kind of limit if you want these guys to do anything else. But for the meantime, I'd rather have them focus on hunting and getting a lot of food for us. So let's say I'm gonna go up to 7,000 for food over here. So we have one hunter right now, and we're gonna have also one gatherer as well. 7,000 food, excellent. So we have at least one of each right now. I'm gonna actually add more, especially when it comes to the forestry, and I'll soon show you why. But for the meantime, let's just roll it this way. I do want to set up the road to that area though, so let's see if I could just about get that up and running. Let's see, road. Alrighty, so if I go through here, we should be okay. As a matter of fact, let's actually run this road straight into the little river or lake that we have going on here, because that's going to be where our trading post and our fisherman's going to be. We also have to set up a fisherman for sure. So it seems that I could probably build a dirt road like so. Dirt road like so. And then we could just probably bring this line straight up down over here. Perfect. And here is our wheat field doing wonders for us. Let me just flip this around over here. Excellent. All right. And now, what do we have here? One of our forester lodges ready. Now, the forest is really important because here's what the forest is going to do. You can knock down trees and whatnot to gather a supply of wood. What the forester will do is going to be like a continuous supply of that. Basically, it'll knock down mature trees and then plant saplings in its place. So you have a continual source of wood and you don't run out anytime soon. And, you know, saying continual source of wood kind of got the 12-year-old in me kind of giggling like you wouldn't believe. But obviously that's to be expected of me with my mature mentality, right? So either way, so farmers, let's 2 of 4 is pretty much good right now. Gatherers, let me hop this up to 2. And as I said, forester's really important. So forester, let me go up to a 4 so we have a good stock of wood going on. I swear to God, one of these days it won't make me laugh. And let's see, hunter, gatherer. Let's actually knock building. You know what? I actually do need a few builders right now. So let me knock the forestry down to 3. I'm gonna need a woodcutter soon enough as well, and a blacksmith, and I will explain those in a minute. So my extra labor could kind of hang out for now and do his thing. So let's go ahead and unpause this game now. Right now, we only need to finish building up the herbalist area. The herbalist thing, I kind of have it ready just in case, but it's not really a like one of the critical things they kind of focus on. What the herbalist will do is it'll kind of gather herbs and everything, considering it's called an herbalist. But what it wants to do is basically kind of gives your colony boost in terms of health and things like that. It kind of staves off infections and diseases. If you get into the point where you have disease, then you obviously need the hospital to cure it, right? But what herbalists do kind of keep you guys relatively healthy before you have to rely on that sort of situation. All these elk are kind of walking over here, which is good because my hunter's is kind of actually not here. My hunter's over the way over here. Hunter, come and hunt over here. Move away from there. Alright, so herbalist is ready to go. I don't have the person really acquired to do that just now. I mean, I think I actually do just because one of my builders should be just about done with building, right? Yeah, I don't have anything else. But I have 1 extra laborer and 2 builders that are doing absolutely nothing. So, that's not to say that we have anything to build. So, as a matter of fact, let me get 2 builders and hunter, forestry. Let me get 1 herbalist, I suppose. Now, the reason I'm keeping 2 builders on board is because I still need to build a few more things. As you can imagine, houses might be a little bit important at this point now. So, let me actually get the... Yeah, let me get the houses up and running now, just to avoid any sort of dangers later on. So, our housing area, I did say I did want to set it up somewhere up above over here, right? So, I suppose our best case scenario here would be to kind of set up a road going up to... Oh, damn it. Not a crooked road. I don't like crooked roads. How far do I have to go? Down this way? Okay. So let's set it up right about here, I'd imagine. That's going to be a little bit of mountainside area. God, these mountains really annoy the piss out of me. Alrighty, so now that we've got that road going too, there's going to kind of give me an idea as to how do I want to set this up here. So, in terms of housing, let me rotate the house, not the map. Alrighty, so we're going to do a little basic setup for now. Nothing too crazy. Oh, god damn this hill! Oh, this goddamn hill's gonna be a goddamn pain in the ass. Alrighty, whatever. So, that one's not gonna be able to face this one, so I guess they're gonna have a little bit of privacy among themselves there. So, how about we give them a little bit like a 1 square breathing room so they're not like all up next to each other. I mean, it makes them more quaint that way, but at the same time, I do want them to kind of have a little bit of walking room in between, so that'll do right there. And then we could do... Oh, we can't even do that because of this goddamn... Oh, I hate these mine areas, man. Or not mine areas, but these fucking mountains. Or, I guess, hills, I guess you could call them. They're not really mountains. They're not really, like, you know, I guess, hovering above my whole colony, but still kind of annoying. So let me set up another house there, I guess. What do we have here? The reserve of stone is low. Okay, that's understandable. There's a lot of stone around here, though, so what I could do for now is, you know what, let's actually start removing resources. And I could actually remove all of this, honestly. Now, I want to make sure that it's not taking away from the radius of this hunting lodge, so let's make it up to maybe here. I think it won't really affect it up through there. And then we also need stone, so let me for sure knock all this down. This we don't need at all. There you go. So my guys still need houses, but the houses are starting to start getting built now soon enough. So our road is kind of heading to there, so that's actually pretty good as well. And let's look at let's take a look at our stats situation here. So right now we have 68 stored logs. Oh god, you know what? Our stone is pretty low, but I just realized winter is coming. That's not a pun, not a Game of Thrones pun, I assure you. Winter is coming, and I don't have any area to actually get wood to kind of heat my people over this winter. So let me go ahead and where is my woodcutter? There you guys. Woodcutter. I usually like to put them next to like the storage areas, just because it just to kind of go hand in hand. So let me put you right there. And whenever we get the chance, probably down the line, get ourselves a bit of a blacksmith over here to kind of upkeep our weapons. Obviously, we want that going on as well. I could probably move you down a bit more, as a matter of fact, because I'd rather have another storage facility next to that storage facility. So let's say this'll do. And let's see, the last thing I kind of want to have going as well is, should I probably set up my orchard? I guess I could. Alrighty, and for the orchard, guys, basically the orchard, with the fields, you could get these once a season. You'll basically yield your crop, but for trees and orchards it takes like a few years, because it takes longer to grow a tree than, you know, just a few plants, obviously. So obviously I didn't know that. I'm an imbecile, so I learned that to do this game. It's kind of like, oh yeah, it takes years. I guess it makes sense considering how high up trees go. Let me unpause the game while I'm over here chit-chatting away about my ineptitude of how nature really works here. Orchard, let's set up the orchard tree area right about here, I guess. And let's make this close to the road that we have going on over here. So it's gonna be 13 by 15. My reserve of stone is low, reserve of stone is low. Yeah, well, you know what, there's stones here, you just have to go and pick them up. It's up and around, though. It really is. Okay. So let's see, our housing area is still being built. So soon enough, these guys will have somewhere to kind of rest their heads, and they could stop sleeping in the snow, which I'm pretty sure they're already kind of tired of doing so. Yeah, stone is low. I understand, dude. Just go away. Just let me do my thing. We'll have stone soon enough, and firewood is low. And that is due to the fact that we don't have a woodcutter, and that really has to be a priority to build soon enough, because otherwise my people are gonna fucking freeze. Even though it is late winter, they're kind of making it through now, but we do definitely need that woodcutter for next time around. 2 children have been born, which is kind of impressive considering the fact that not all of my people have homes just yet. Alright, this guy is still freezing in there. Stop freezing! Don't die of freeziness, man, or don't die of a cold. We'll have that woodcutter up and running soon enough, I assure you. Okay. For the meantime, though, in food, we're pretty good. We're up to 2,000 in food. Let's see, what do we have here? Stored logs at 147. Stored stone is at 28. So obviously there's still a lot that we need to do. Firewood is at 0, which is what really worries me the most, meaning I really need to make a priority on this woodcutter. So let me have this be a priority right about here. Alright, a lot of people are freezing, as a matter of fact. So honestly, let me slow down time right now so that we can kind of get our bearings here. And let me check out our situation. Builders, we need obviously a lot more builders. So we have 2 laborers just kind of roaming about. So let me set up 4 builders. Farming 2, that's good. Gathering 2, hunter 1. Forestry, let me knock down forestry for a second, have more builders going. Herbalist, not really necessary at the moment, so let me actually have you build as well. Alrighty, good. So what I want this to honestly do for us is kind of get this woodcutter up and running soon enough, and then I'll dump The moment that's built, I'll dump one of my builders in there and have them just focus on cutting wood and kind of hopefully building our fireplace supply up, because 3 of my people are already freezing, and that's not really good at all. We did have 3 birds, which is good, but at the same time, it's they could die at any point because of the cold, especially when it's 2 12-year-olds kind of living together. Why are those 2 12-year-olds living together, by the way? That's the the other thing I should mention about Banished. Oh, here we go. You know, obviously, due to the feel of the game, obviously, it takes place in a more simpler time, a little bit more ancient time. Probably a time where, you know, our morals weren't as, I guess, touchy as they are these days, where, you know, if you happen to see 2 12-year-olds, you know, reproducing, now it's kind of like, wait a minute, where are the parents at? And if you happen to see a 30-year-old something with, like, a 12-year-old get a little bit too grabby, then you're kind of like, wait a minute, where are the cops at? So, I mean, back in these times, it was a little bit kind of not frowned upon as much, because it just meant, you know, reproducing, getting civilization up and running. So, as you can imagine, you're gonna see a lot of pairings that way of older gentlemen with younger females, and even younger gentlemen with older females, but it's perfectly fine in this world. You just gotta have to, I guess, remove your misconceptions of that for this game for sure. Alright, so our woodcutter is ready, so let me go ahead and assign a woodcutter here, because that is really important. And our fuel limit, man, let's go fucking high as shit. Now, I usually like to do this really high, because what I found out in my limited gameplay that I did is that firewood is actually a really good trading tool, especially paired up with the forester. You're gonna have a lot of wood. I tried, believe me. So let's see, our wheat is kind of starting to grow back up here, which is good. And let's see, what is this telling me now? Our stone is still low though, but at least our fire was going to be up and running. By the way, the orchards are actually good to go, so we had, oh, walnut trees, perfect. Alright. I don't think I have any free people for this though, and I don't want to move any of my dudes that are doing the wheat field, I don't imagine. So, oh, we don't actually need that many builders now though, so that's actually going to help out quite a bit. So let me drop the builders down, and let me go with forestry back up to 3, and hunting back up to 2, gathering up to that, and then farming. We could do up to 7 farmers, huh? So maybe I want to actually do my gathering down to 2, and farming up to 4, and then 2 builders. Okay. Mind you, we still have to build the blacksmith and the... What else did I have going on over here? I said this is going to be an extra stockpile area, right? I suppose that could work out now. Okay, let me just do a stockpile area like so. Not a big one, just put 4x6, just to have a little extra room. So my woodcutter's gonna keep doing his thing over here. Our wheat field's growing out pretty nicely. That'll kind of keep us fed over the winter for sure. My people are still freezing. That is a concern, because our woodcutter still has to do a bit of work here. Like right here, since you have a 10-year-old with a 16-year-old, you know, that's perfectly fine. It's their prerogative to do so. It's such a thing. And let's see. We gotta keep these event logs going at all time. A child named Karen was born. And let's see, good amount of food it seems, and stored medicine just about. And firewood is finally up to 20, so we're finally getting some work done there. And that's really good. And our orchard trees, as you can see, are kind of starting to grow. Herbalist, still not really a priority. And a child named Nanette was born. Alrighty, so, as you can see, we're up to 14 actual working adults and 7 children now. Man, my guys are reproducing like crazy. Good. Keep it coming, guys. Just don't get too crazy, because unfortunately, when you reproduce too fast, it kind of starts taking a toll on your food supply, and then people start dying of hunger. It's a really bad scene, man. So, by the way, how about we just end up the episode here today, guys? Hopefully you enjoyed what you watched, and hopefully you enjoyed the series, or hopefully you want to make it a habit to come back to the series altogether. If you do, I encourage you to go ahead and subscribe for more Banished gameplay and more of a longer Let's Play in the future. I'm going to try to make this a daily series along with RimWorld, so it's going to be kind of a little bit hectic right now with the channel in terms of how much content's coming out, but I'll see how I can manage it. Other than that though, guys, if you did enjoy the video, I encourage you to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. The support, especially when in a series early on, really means a lot, so if you could do that, it'd be great. If not, though, it's your prerogative to not do so as well, perfectly fine. But once again, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you next time.